Welcome back to Electron Devices and Circuits lecture video series. In this video, we are going to discuss about the topic display devices LED. At the end of the video, you will be able to understand what are display devices, different types of display devices, and one type of display device LED, its operation and characteristics, and multicolor LEDs, and one of the another applications of LED as 7-segment LED display. We will see the topic one by one. The first one is the display devices. Let us see the definition. What do you mean by display device? Any idea? So display device means actually some information we want to give a display to the audience. It may be in a visual form, right? So some information has to be displayed in visual form for the given input in electrical form. So that means the display devices or the device that converts electrical signals into visual form of information delivery. That is the definition of display devices that is given here. So it is an output device. So it's an output device. This is used for what? For the presentation of information in what form? Visual form. When the input is supplied as an electrical signal. So example for display devices is nothing but television and computer monitors. So this is mainly meant for conveying the information in a visual form. So by looking into the monitor we can get the information. So these are all the type of display devices. So definition of display devices. So different types of display devices means for displaying some information, what type of devices we can use. So first and foremost devices, a light emitting diode which is shortly called as LED, and second one liquid crystal display that is called LCD, and third one photodiode, and fourth one, this is the latest advancements, plasma display panel. So in this video we are going to discuss in detail about light emitting diode. So this is the different LEDs, different colors available in the market like blue, red, white, yellow and green. Different colors are available, and when you see the LED it will be like this. It's having one short lead and one long lead. Short lead is taken as negative and long lead is used as a positive terminal, and one glass covering at the top of this LED. This is nothing but to have a perfect to give a perfect brightness of different colors. So for that, if the outer covering is glass means we can able to see the colors, that means illuminations will be very high. So this is the way how this LED will be looking like. And this is another one is the photodiode. Photodiode will be somewhat like this. What is the difference between LED and photodiode? Means LED converts a electrical signal into light signal, whereas photodiode converts light signal into electrical signal. Got it? And this is the latest plasma displays. This is again another type of advanced displacements that increases the resolution, and on the construction side also there may be some advancements. And this is the LCD display. So LCD display, this is LED and this is LCD. LCD means LED we can able to display either on or off, single LED. Whereas LCD liquid crystal display, it is having a structure like that. We can able to display an information in the form of a sentences. So that is possible in case of an LCD display. So we will see about the light emitting diode LED. So display devices, first one LED. So what is the definition for LED means? So LED is nothing but it is a diode. In the last video we will discuss about the PN junction diode and Zener diode. LED is another category of diode that emits light, whereas a Zener diode and PN junction diode emits heat. So whenever we are using some devices, the major thing is energy can be converted from one form to another form. It cannot be created, it can neither be created nor can be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form. For both the diodes, PN diodes and Zener diode, we are giving an input signal as electrical energy, and some of the electrical energy gets converted across the junction in the form of heat. So you can feel that heat by touching the diode after using the diode. So whereas in case of LED, that heat will not be dissipated. Instead of that, it emits some energy across the junction. For that, what is actually done on the construction side? So that we will see here. So definition is LED is a diode that gives off visible or invisible light. It can give either a visible light or otherwise invisible light when forward bias. When forward bias, normally forward bias means it gives off either visible. Visible means different colors of light we can able to see. Invisible light means it can emit IR radiations also. The amount of light output is directly proportional to the forward current. How much will be the current flowing through the LED? Based on that, the light output will be there. If current flow increases, light outputs also increases. If current flow decreases, light output decreases. That is the meaning for directly proportional. And this is the symbol of a diode. So the additional thing in the symbol compared to PN diode is this arrow mark only. So this outward arrow represents the light is emitting away from the junction, so between anode and cathode. So the light transmitted away from the junction is represented by this arrowhead. So next we will see about the construction of LED. So construction of LED is there is only a little difference between this LED construction and diode construction. So construction of LED, what is the first thing means the base is formed by a p-type substrate. Substrate is nothing but a base. So the LED is having a base as a p-type substrate, and above that substrate n-type layer is diffused by a special diffusion process. This is a fabrication technology, and this diffusion is the fabrication process used in the fabrication technology. So we are taking a p-type substrate. Above the p-type substrate, n-type layer is diffused, and above the n-type layer again a p-type layer is spreaded out over the entire area of the n-type layer, and finally the contacts is taken out from the n-type layer and the p-type layer, not from the substrate. The contacts, the terminals is represented here, right? So this is the terminals taken from the p-type layer is represented as anode. This gives the positive terminal, and the terminals taken out from the n-type layer is taken as a cathode. This is represented by negative sign. So whenever the current is allowed to flow through this LED, that means if we are giving a biasing like this, anode is connected to positive and cathode is connected to negative, this LED is said to be in forward biased. When we are giving a supply like this, what happens means here a negative N layer, repulsion will be there. Here positive P layer, repulsion will be there. So as a result, the electrons that are present in the N layer, more electrons are present in N layer in the conduction band, jumps into the holes present in the P layer in the valence band. As a result of this transition, there may be a movement of charge carriers from P region to N region. That means the electron starts from a higher concentration of N region towards the lower concentration of P region. So because of this transition, some amount of energy is dissipated in the form of light, and this light is emitted across the P and N junction in the form of different colors. So we can call that as a photon. Some photons are emitted. That photons is high. If the photons emitted across the junction is having a single wavelength, it emits only single color. If it is having a multiple wavelength, it emits different colors. So that wavelength depends on the combination of semiconductor materials we are used for forming p-type and n-type layer. Got it? So if the p-type and n-type layer, this semiconductors can be used of different types. So one is gallium, another one is arsenic, and third one is phosphorus. So how these combinations will give different colors, we will see. So when we choose the gallium and arsenide combination of semiconductor to form p and n-type layer, it emits IR radiation, which is invisible radiation. And second one, if we choose a combination of gallium and phosphide, it emits either red color or green color. That depends on the type of biasing we are feeding. If you are giving forward bias, it emits one color. If you are giving reverse bias, it will emit another color. And again, next combination is gallium, arsenide and phosphide. It emits red or yellow. And third one, gallium nitride, it emits blue color. So we know different colors of LEDs are available in the market. So how these different colors are for LED or fabricated means that depends only on the different types of semiconductors materials used for constructing the LED. What is the technology used for fabricating the LED? What is the process by which the LED is manufactured? It's nothing but diffusion process. By diffusion process, LEDs are manufactured. So this is the construction of LEDs, and the next one, operation of LED. So this is the symbol of LED. You know, the type of biasing given for LED is what type of biasing? This is forward biasing, because anode, this terminal positive connected to positive terminal, and this lead is a cathode negative connected to negative terminal of a battery, and this is a forward bias. In order to limit the current flowing through the LED, in order to safeguard the LED, there is one resistance connected in series, that is called current limiting resistor or series resistor RS. Normally any devices cannot be connected directly to the supply. You know, this is because sudden current flowing through the device may damage the device. In order to protect the device, some series resistance is added connected in the devices, so that it limits the current flowing through the LED and the device will be protected. So whenever this Vs is supplied, so see here, the current flowing through the circuit, assume this is one closed circuit, the current flowing through the circuit is given as Is is equal to, apply Kirchhoff's current law, voltage law here, this is rise, right? So this is potential rise and current is flowing in this direction. So this is entering is positive, leaving is negative, and again the current is moving in this direction. Here this terminal is positive, negative. So this voltage is rise, this voltage is drop, right? So we can write total voltage is Vs minus Vd. You know, I equal to V by R formula. So V is difference between these two voltages, because one is rise, another one is drop. So Vs minus Vd divided by R is Rs. Since voltage drop across the LED is very less, that is forward resistance is very less, so we are neglecting. So here you are having only Rs. Vs is supply voltage, Vd is voltage drop across the LED. Rs is the series current, or otherwise you can take it as symmetric current. Rs is the current limiting resistor. If is the maximum value of current flowing through the LED. So in other words, we can also write this equation as, what will be the value of Rs we have to choose. That depends on how much will be the value of current we have to allow into this circuit. So that is again given by Ohm's law. R is equal to V by I. So V is nothing but Vs minus Vd. I is nothing but, here what is the I means, maximum value of forward current, because each and every LED is having some design specification. It can withstand only a particular value of forward current. We have to substitute those value here in deciding the value of Rs. We cannot use any value of Rs. So the particular value of Rs need to be selected properly. That depends on the value of Im max. So based on this equation, we can choose the value of Rs. So, and one summary point is the voltage drop across LED. Normally across LED, the voltage drop will be 1.5 to 2.5 volt for any type of LEDs. And the current Is is nothing but symmetric current flowing through the LEDs may vary from 10 to 15 milliamps. Normally we use 20 milliamps. If suppose if the data is not given in the problem for Is, you have to use the value, any value in between 10 to 50 milliamps. Keep that in mind. So these are all the things, these are all constant value, you have to keep it in mind. And again next one is, the LED never withstand even a small reverse bias voltage. Even that is 3 to 10 volt, even 3 to 10 volt also it cannot withstand. So normally reverse bias normally never applied in LED, but in multicolor LED with some restriction, this is possible during the manufacturing process itself. Because we cannot give the reverse bias externally, but during the manufacturing process itself it is possible. So these are all the things you have to keep it in mind regarding the operation of LED and some constant values of LED. The next one is the characteristics of LED. Normally for any device we need to find the characteristics of a device in order to understand how the device behaves for variations in the input quantity. Similarly here also the input is nothing but the current flowing through the LED, and the output is the brightness of light emitted from the LED. So we are taking the current in milliamps on the x-axis and light output in milliwatts on the y-axis. Normally we know LED can emit, the brightness of LED depends on the amount of light flowing through the LED. If you want to maintain a constant brightness, the current flowing through the LED to be remains constant. And at the same time, while discussing about the LED, we have seen, as per the definition, I said that the light output is directly proportional to the forward current. So what it means? If forward current increases, light output increases. So that keep that in mind, and you observe the characteristics here. So initially, if current is x-axis is current, if current is 0, light output will be 0. And again, if the current increases, the light output also increases. It's going on gradually. So if the current is increasing up to this value, see here the light output is also increasing up to this. Again, if the current increases, the light output increases. So this curve is following a linear characteristic. So we can say that LED is a linear device. Whereas when you consider a diode, it is a non-linear device, because you know the characteristics of diode will be like this. For this region, whatever may be the increase in the current, output is only increasing fractionally. And after that, for a small increase in the current is increasing exponentially. So we are telling PN diode and Zener diode is a non-linear device, whereas LED is a linear device. So that is given here. Light increases as the forward current increases. So this is the characteristics. So while explaining the LED, you have to explain what is LED and construction of LED, and then operation of LED and characteristics of LED. Got it? So LED works under what process? Diffusion process. Due to the diffusion of electrons from higher concentration region towards the lower concentration region, while the electrons is moving, recombination takes place. So during recombination, some amount of energy get dissipated. In LED, the energy dissipated is in form of photons. If the photons having single wavelength, we will get single color at the output. If the photons having multiple wavelength, we will get multiple colors at the output. So that we call it as a multicolor LEDs. We will see that how it is possible to get a light output, that is photons of different wavelength. So actually this thing is possible only during the manufacturing process. So by definition, multicolor LED is nothing but an LED that emits one color when it is forward bias and another color when it is reverse bias. This is called multicolor LEDs. So actually this forward biasing and reverse biasing, we are not going to do it externally, but this is done during the manufacturing process itself. Got it? So actually, while we are using multicolor LED, we are going to feed only positive supply. But internally, the diode is connected in an anti-parallel connection. So anti-parallel means reverse connection. See here, two LEDs are there. This is cathode terminal and this is anode terminal of this LED, and this is cathode terminal and anode terminal of this LED. So the anode of LED 1, this is LED 1 and this is LED 2. Anode of LED 1 connected to cathode of LED 2. Similarly, cathode of LED 1 connected to anode of LED 2. So this is done internally. So external supply, what we are giving? We are giving only forward bias. So plus or minus V. So this terminal is positive, this terminal is grounded, connected to negative. We are giving only forward bias. But due to the anti-parallel connection of two diodes, internally one diode is meant for forward bias with respect to the supply, and this diode is forward bias, and this diode is left with reverse bias. So forward bias, this diode, it emits one color, and reverse bias of this diode will emit another color. As a whole, we will get different colors from the from this LED assembly. So how it is possible means, so anti-parallel connection when it is forward bias, it emits red color, and when it is reverse bias, it emits green color. Suppose if this is switched first. That means for some instance supply is there, for some instance supply is not there. With the help of some switches, if we are switching on and off the supply to this LED, it will emit a third color that is called yellow. So this is possible with the help of a special manufacturing connection, that is anti-parallel connection in the manufacturing stage itself. So this assembly we call it as a multicolor LED. And applications of LED means, you know, the LED is widely used in almost all applications. So as a 7 segment display and 16 segment display, we are going to discuss in next topic. Dot matrix display also we are using the LED. So dot matrix displays means you might have seen some visual display boards in front of the shops, and in the case of some highways and all, something is scrolling, some information will be scrolling in the highway side. So that is also initially it was an LED display. Now it is an LCD display. So initially it was an LED display. Now plasma displays and all there. So I am telling about these things in olden days. So this is also used in a night lighting, arc lighting, outdoor lighting system, aviation lighting, and automotive headlamps, vehicles and headlamps and all, we are using LED lights only, and general electric, traffic signals, camera flashes, wallpapers. So a lot of applications of LEDs is there. And in a alphanumeric display in digital clocks, if you are using digital clocks, we can able to display both alphabets as well as numerals. So in that LED they are using. Microwave oven, some displays will be there about how fixing, touch display will be there. If you are pressing the button, some displays will be coming, that displays will be an LED display. And stereo tuners, you know, and calculators, electronic power supplies, optical switching. Optical switching in the sense switching on and off carried out with the help of light signals. For example, optocouplers. And optical communications, transferring the energy from one circuit to another circuit with the help of light waves. That is called optical communication. Infrared LEDs, burglar alarm. Burglar alarm in the sense, if any unwanted or unauthorized person enter into the restricted area, it will give an alarm. Loud noise will be created, that is called a burglar alarm, and in that burglar alarm IR LEDs is used. This is normally preferred for industrial applications. And finally, some key points you want to keep it about LED is, LED is a device that converts electrical signals into a light signals. It operates at even a very low voltages of 1.5 volt to 2.5 volt. Lifetime is very high. A single LED can work for up to 10,000 hours. And the switching is also very high, fast switching. Within a nanoseconds we can able to turn on the LEDs. And LED works under a diffusion process. It is a linear device. Characteristics will be linear, and some applications you have to keep it in mind. So these are all the points you want to know about LED. And the next one is, we will see about an application of LED, that is the 7 segment LED display. So far we have discussed about single LED. If that single LED is arranged in the form of 8 segments that resembles the letter 8, alphabet 8, this LED we call it as a 7 segment LED. This is because it is having a 7 segment. Segment is nothing but part of the something, we call it as segment. Here we are constructing an LED display. In that each LED is forming a part, so that's what totally it is having 7 segments. That's why it is called 7 segment LED display. Those 7 segments are represented by A to F. A is one segment, B, C, D, E, F and G. These are all 7 segments. And one more thing is decimal pointer, we are using DP. If you want to, you know, when this LED will be said to be emits light, normally single LED, single color LED, that is when it is forward bias. If you want to display a numeral 2, if you want to display numeral 2, you want to turn on the LEDs. What are all the LEDs we need to turn on, or what are all the segment we need to turn on? Each segment is formed by one LED, right? What are all the segment we need to turn on? So this one, and this one, this one, 3, and this is 4, and this is 5. These 5 segments has to be get turned on. That means the LEDs in these 5 segments is to be forward bias for displaying the numeral 2. So segment A, segment B, and segment G, C, D and E. Sorry, C is not. A, B, G, E, D. Once when these segments are forward biased, we can able to display the numeral 2. So like that 4 you need to turn on these segments. So this is an LED display. This is the pin diagram of LED display. So this is an 8 segments totally we are having. In that this is a 10 pin device in which the segments are represented here. So this pin is segment A, this pin is segment B, like that. And this is COM is nothing but common terminal. This is common terminal. And this is dot. Here DP stands for decimal pointer, whereas here it is represented as dot. When you purchase an LED from the shop, it will be like this. So you see here 5 pins here and 5 pins here. We have to connect these pins according to this connection. If you want to turn on the segment A, means this segment A. So this segment A should be connected to positive terminal of the battery. And turn on the segment B means this segment needs to be also connected to positive terminal. So my common means it is connected to negative terminal. Like that, if we want to give a connection to use the 7 segment LED. So it can be classified into 2 types. One is common anode and common cathode 7 segment LED display. First one is common anode 7 segment display. Common anode. You know LED normally having 2 terminals. One is anode and another one is cathode. 7 segment means it is having 7 LEDs. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the last one is DP, decimal pointer. So now totally are having 8 LEDs. All those 8 LEDs is having anode terminal and cathode terminal. This is anode terminal and this is cathode terminal. If the anode terminal of all LEDs are connected together and a common point is taken and it is connected to plus VCC, anode means positive. If it is connected to plus VCC and all the cathode terminals is left for representing the segments. So this connection is called as a common anode 7 segment display. Common anode in the sense anode terminals are of all the 8 LEDs are connected together and is taken as a single terminal commonly. That is common anode. If you want to display again if you want to turn on the segments A, B and this is C, D, A, B, C we are not using. This is D and this one is E and this is G. We have to turn on these segments. So that means these segments needs to be connected to ground. This is grounded and again B terminal also grounded. Again D, E and G. So D, E and again G. All these things are connected to ground. If we give a connection like this, we can able to display a digit 2 using 7 segment display. So this is the pin diagram. Inside the 7 segment common anode, the connections will be like this. See here, the anode terminals of all the 7 LEDs are connected together and it is commonly tied to plus VCC. Noted here, the anode terminal here, the anode terminal here, everything is connected and it is connected to common VCC. Here also some common VCC, and these two VCC has to be commonly given positive supply, and the terminals which we want to turn it on, we have to connect it to ground. That is the logic here. Similarly, in common cathode 7 segment display, it is the reverse one. The cathode terminals of all the LEDs are connected together and a common terminal is taken. Cathode is meant for negative supply. So this is connected to ground. This is cathode, negative, connected to ground. See here, this is connected to ground. And this is anode. Anode terminal, all the things is taken out. All the terminals anode is taken out and segments is represented here. If you want to display a letters 4, the corresponding segments needs to be connected to plus VCC because anode is positive. So what are all the terminals segments we need to turn it on? This is A, B, C and this is D and this is E, F and G. What are all the segments we need to turn on? B, C, F and G. So we have B, C, F and G. So these 4 segments needs to be connected to plus VCC. If we did like this, we can able to display the numeral 4 using common cathode 7 segment LED display. And see here, this is the pin diagram of common cathode 7 segment LED display. See here, all the 8 LED segments, cathode terminals are connected. See here, diode 1 cathode and this diode cathode terminal. All the cathode terminals are connected and it is commonly connected to ground. Right, see this ground and this ground are internally connected. See here, each dot here represents the internal connection, and each segment is taken out. The anode terminal of each segment is taken out and it is named as A, B, C, D. Corresponding to the numerals or alphabets we want to display, we have to give a positive supply to the corresponding segments. So this is common cathode 7 segment LED display. So this 7 segment display is widely used in almost all commercial applications. And the next one is, this is an additional one. This diagram shows how to activate a 7 segment LED display. See here, in between this is the plus 5 volt supply. This diagram gives an information about how you can able to design a digital circuit as a driver circuit for activating the 7 segment display. We cannot give the voltage directly to the segments, rather than some driving circuits needs to be used in between. How to design a driving circuit? So let us see here now. So this is the plus 5 volt VCC supply, and here you are having an 8 segments totally. 7 segments is for 7 alphabets, letters A, B, C, D up to G, and 8th one is for representing the decimal pointer. So we need to give an 8 inputs to the 7 segment LED display starting from A to G. So for that, what is the device we need to use means, here we are using an BCD to 7 segment decoder. So BCD is binary coded decimal. You might have studied in digital electronics. Binary coded decimal is converted into 7 segment at the output. This is a decoder circuit. Decoder is having but n number of inputs converted into 2 power n outputs. That is decoder, you know. So for activating this decoder IC, we need to give a supply voltage. So this is the excitation, and this is the input. BCD means binary coded decimal. You know, maximum number that can be represented in BCD is 9. So to represent 9, how many bits needed? 4 bits is needed. So 9 in BCD, this can be written as what? 9 can be represented as 1 0 0 1. This is the 9. Maximum we can represent up to 9, starting from 0 0 0 0 0 to 9 till we can represent. So for activating each and everything, we are having a switch here. For example, suppose if we are feeding an 1 means this can be represented as 0 0 0 1. All the 3 switches is said to be in open and D switch alone be closed. So it is considered to be 1, and these are all open, it is considered to be 0. If we are giving an input 0 0 0 1 to BCD to 7 segment decoder, it gives an output. How much will be the output? To display 1 here. To display 1, what are all the digits to be what are all the segments to be energized? B and C segments to be energized. So only the corresponding output B and C will be 1 and all other outputs will be 0. This is common cathode. Cathode means all the cathode terminals are connected to ground. If you want to turn on the corresponding signal, we need to give plus 5 volt. That is the common cathode. So we have to give plus 5 volt means here it is logic 1. So logic 1 has to be given for the segments B and C, and for all other segments it should be logic 0. Actually this is the output we need to get from this BCD to 7 segment decoder. For that you have to design a circuit inside this BCD to 7 segment decoder by the combination of some logic gates. How to do this you will study in DLC. And for every switching position, if we want to, for example, if it is 4 means 4 can be represented as 0 1 0 0. This is 4. That means 0. This is open, this is closed, and this is open, and this is also open. This is also open. So if it is like this, we have to display 4 here. So to display 4 here, these are all the segments to be energized. That means F to be energized, G, B and C, right, to display 4. So only the corresponding segments will be output will be at logic 1 and all other segments will be at logic 0. So A is 0, B is 1, C is 1, D is 0, E is 0, F and G to be turned on. So F and G should be 1. So actually this is the output we need to get from this IC. Right, this is executed with the help of combination of logic circuits inside this IC. So this is the way how we have to use a 7-segment LED display. According to the digits we want to display or alphabets we want to display, we have to properly turn on and turn off this input switches. So if this can also be controlled either manually, or if not, we can also be controlled with the help of some control devices, example microprocessor, microcontroller, like that we can able to do. We can write a code in the microprocessor or controller. According to the code, it will turn on and off the switches out of the 4 switches here. Accordingly, based on the switches it is turned on, it will display the required alphabets or numerals here. So this is one of the practical way how to activate the 7-segment LED display using a driver circuit based on the information we want to display. Right, so you can also try this in your home. If you are having all the devices at your home, you can if you fabricate means you can able to do a simple make a product. You try this in your home. So at this end of the video, you came to know about what is LED. We have discussed about the construction, operation, characteristics of LED and a 7-segment LED display, common anode type, common cathode type we have discussed. For common anode, we have to, if you want to turn on a particular segment, we have to connect the segment to the ground. In case of common cathode, if you want to turn on the segment, connect the particular segment to plus VCC. And one examples of how to activate, how to design a driver circuit. Right, hope you all understand. Thanks for watching.